Welcome to another episode of Tax Sale Starters, where we bring you the latest tips and insights on tax deed and tax lien investing. Stay tuned. We have great information for you this week. Investors standing at an auction and they're looking. Let me just kind of back up and tell it from a story experience. I do a better job doing it that way. So, Brian, before you and I met, I would go out to DeKalb County, Fulton County all the time for tax deed investing. You and I talked about this previously. And I would find myself looking at a list of 100 plus properties at the time. And okay, this is a lot of properties. I would go through, I would figure out what property size I want, typically 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, what age of the properties. I would go through these criteria, these metrics that I would create and say, these are the properties that I want to invest in. And I would jump my happy butt on a flight and I'd fly out there and I'd spend 2 or 3 days out in Georgia. And I would get to this auction. I typically get there on a Sunday night, so I can get the new data Monday morning before the auction on Tuesday. And lo and behold, that list would reduce significantly Monday morning. I would still see 100 plus properties. Monday morning, I would see maybe 40, 50 properties. And then Tuesday morning comes time to the auction, there's like 18 properties. This list would significantly drop really fast. As an investor, I learned the hard way, don't travel out to all of those states to do that type of investing. There's a better way to do that. And so I wanted to ask you, if others are like me and they're seeing opportunities in other states to do these investments, what are ways they can go about doing that without the travel?
Investing in other states, that's this is another one. There's all sorts of different ways to answer. It's one thing I can tell you from facts and data is live auctions always result in better returns, right? Whether you get properties at a lower percentage of market value, or on the lien side, you're able to get a little better return because people aren't bidding them down. That is, we've shown that year after year that live auctions, you get a better return. Now, the downside of, like you had said, of you do all this research and you're hoping, they've got all these properties, and then you show up and there's only a couple that are on your list. That's the other side of it, right? Is if you're flying across the country now, more and more auctions are going online, but quite frankly, the deals are not disappearing, but in large part are getting far and fewer good deals, right? You can still find a deal, but you're not getting your 20-30% return. You're getting a 5-10% return, right? That's what's happening with live auctions. So having a proxy, right, having somebody there and working with them is certainly advantageous. And there's other ways of taking advantage of that list that involve you not actually attending the auction. People actually target those properties before the auction occurs, trying to work out a deal. There's other things that you can do after the auction, right? Of excess funds, proceeds, and that, which varies by state as well. So it's hard for me to tell people what they should do in investing in other states. I think everyone should choose the model that, what their model is. And if that involves buying properties, and that kind of tells you which states you got to go to, right? Because you can't buy properties, outright in many states. And then you got to figure out the logistics of making that happen, right? Whether that is, you going there, I'll say having a local proxy or somebody to help you attend those auctions. But the only thing I can tell you for a fact is live auctions still have a better return overall than online auctions.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Tax Sale Starters. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button so you can keep up with the latest tips and insights in tax sale and tax lien investing. Also, check out Tax Sale Resources, where you can get the latest insights on upcoming liens and all that great information to help you be a better investor. Until next time, happy investing.